What's good, chat? Where we at? We got a test tube check? It's been quite a few days. Just a quick one? Quick test tube check? What's up, Grealish? His Cavs are looking mighty fine this morning.
New coupe, take off, cause I know these niggas ain't gon' hand that new suit, yeah, big boss. I'm knowing I ain't hearing not a young nigga saying double back twice in a row, 3-3, bitches planes all in my home. First street, tell it out when I make a song.
What up, Xander? How are we, brother?
She be all on me like,
Got a glorious slate today, fellas. Need all hands on deck.
she believe me.
Up, Nikki? How are we, brother?
Got me posted out alone with a slum.
Branson, my dog.
You don't stick with me now, run, you will see.
Up, here we go. Need more of these. More of these.
Hello.
What's up, brother? How are we? Big guy?
Hello. Take off, cause I know these niggas ain't gon' hand that new suit, yeah, big boss. I'm knowing I ain't hearing not a young nigga saying double back twice in a row.
There's the tubes. There's
There's
the tubes.
Are we getting a tube fucking initiation?
Yep.
More tubes, more tubes. More tests, more tubes.
And there's some Kirby.
Love Grealish.
What's up, Jonesy?
Wow. My favorite part. Wow. In case you this bitch.
Take off, cause I know these niggas ain't gon' hand that new suit.
Yeah,
big boss. Knowing I ain't hearing not a young nigga saying double back twice in a row. 3-3, planes all in my home. First street, tell it out when I make a song. Don't let my brother day, he ain't make it home.
What's up, Vinny?
Debo, good morning. Oh, sorry, I was up dancing.
Something like that.
Shit. What's going on, people?
Chat, how are we?
Check out my mug, bro.
What's up,
you have one of these?
Bub, man? It's still at your house. Remember, I forgot it every
Come on,
time.
man. Maybe the greatest mug ever created.
The Ramble Disciples. DC's headshot always kills me.
It's so good.
Chat, we ready to talk some football or what?
Talk some NFL, man. I'm excited.
Yep. It's a good slate. It's a really good slate. I had to narrow down my card.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's
way
pretty
too many
decent slate.
leans.
It's funny enough. I didn't see your card. You're not going to believe me, but I liked Nico and Kenneth before I even saw your card.
I saw you logged them on action. W's.
Yeah.
I will say, we'll get to that game, but a little worried I picked the wrong running back in the Seattle game.
I kind of wish I went with, the other guy just said it both
Connor?
of us could win. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always my guy, too. We talk about
I
how
know.
anytime he's coming off a game when he goes under his rush yards, he fucking kills it the next one.
Not even that. Seattle's just their their defense is in shambles.
Yeah.
Couple injuries. Traded away cut Dotson, actually. But
Let me bring up the slate. I should have had it up already. Beauties. All right, chat. Let's get involved here. Let's get the fingers moving and let's figure out some winners. I have 4 plays locked in so far. Royal, you got 4. Is it worth more? Maybe more, actually, right?
5, yeah. Could easily have 10, to be honest.
2 NBA cappers, 1 stream. It's not
Dude,
a bad comment.
Hey, listen. Listen, T-Red, dude, I like Seattle. I love their team. I love their personnel. Defense is just, I'm not sure. It's just not clicking right now. Just not clicking right now. I will say, sounds like you're a pretty big fan, though. I do think Tyrese Knight's a baller. I think they nailed that draft pick. I have him in my defensive fantasy league, and that shit paid off.
Yeah, this is our bread and butter, but we move around. Our eggs are not in one basket. We need to diversify our portfolio, as they would say. Any good investor would tell you that. Diversify the portfolio. Don't stick to one thing. Dude, but T-Rain, I'm a big fan of the Seahawks. You know that. I've been loving to see their success this season.
I think next year they're going to be an issue, to be honest. Byron Murphy, year 2. And that rookie linebacker I was talking about, Ernest Jones, that was a huge trade. That dude's a fucking stud.
I think
they're going to probably address like their needs, honestly, too. So
JSN's close to cashing his season-long receiving yards already. Obviously, that was a big reason was because of DK, but being injured for a few games.
Even last week, though, he had 100 with DK in. I think it's just they're realizing this guy's really fucking good, and Lockett is – I agree, D-Gen. Lockett is older, and, he's a good security blanket, but it's got to be JSN moving forward.
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's get into some of these games, shall we?
Yeah, this is a good point to start it off. We got a Dan Quinn revenge game. They let him go. They kept or they didn't let him go, I guess. He took a head coaching job, but I don't think he has – I'm trying to think how to word it. I don't want to say he hates Dallas, but I don't think he has, like, good memories. I'm sure with Mike McCarthy and all the politics going on there, it's probably not a great time, and they didn't really win anything. Their team always shit the bed in the fucking playoffs. So.
In the division, too, so that team's going to be, like, around you. You know that ex-girlfriend that, like, I had it – like, this reminds me of – I had an ex in college, and when I broke up with her, she was friends with all my friends. So there's no escaping her. No matter where I went, I would see her or I would hear about her. And it was
sounds fun.
Yeah, it was a really good time. But that's kind of what this game reminds me of. There's definitely some bad blood between these two. I can't get there with any kind of prop. I think backing Dallas, backing Dallas in any fashion is like just like power to you, send you to the front line and hope you come back with both your legs. But dude, like I can't get there with anything Dallas related. One thing I wanted to take just because of my sick brain. I mean, you can probably guess what I thought about taking in this game. Just guess. Cowboys related.
Yeah,
I told myself no.
Team total.
Yeah, team total over for the Cowboys. That's the one thing that I did think about taking. I definitely lean that way, but like I said, I want to have both my legs by the end of today. So.
Yep. Just real quick, Evan, sorry, brother, did not peep college basketball at all. Might get there after this, but I don't know if you looked at this.
CBB board today? No.
Yeah, sorry, brother. Apologies, man. I'll be on Brian Robinson. I took rushing and receiving. Square as it gets, but Dallas defense is really bad. The run defense is really bad. And I like Brian Robinson. We've seen this team just absolutely pound the rock with him. When they have a lead, or just in general, I mean, he gets a ton of carries out of the receiving because I think it's like 5 or 8 yards. And honestly, they run a good amount of screens. I know they have Eckler, but he's had plenty of games with 15, 20-plus receiving yards. So to me, that's a little cushion that we can get. If we get that, the rushing yards is even easier. But honestly, I think he gets 100 all-purpose yards here.
Was he limited in that last game? Why was his line so low?
Probably.
His line for rushing and receiving, at least action is telling me, it was 58.
I think it was the Steelers, too.
It was Philly.
Was it Philly?
At least action is telling me that.
I mean, he might have been. Was it Philly?
Just seems like a really low line.
Yeah, Steelers was a while ago. I apologize.
Yeah, Steelers was the game before that. Which they're not listing, and he didn't play in that game.
I mean, dude, Philly's defense has been very good. Like they've been almost top 5 and everything.
I just didn't expect to see that. See how low that line is, and now seeing at 82.5, that's all close to a 30-yard jump. Yes, he went over last week, but it seems like they're
coming off a hammy. Yeah, I mean they were probably underdogs too, right? If I had to guess.
Seems like they're expecting him to have a huge game, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, it's the matchup. It's
like he's went over the last 2 weeks, but he hasn't gone over at this line. Like that's kind of the point I'm trying to make. Yeah. He's under this line 4 straight weeks. I like the spot. He's played some good defenses too, like you said. Like last few defenses, last 4, dude. Philly, Pittsburgh, Giants, Chicago. Like those are all pretty stout defenses. So I actually really like the look.
Giants either.
Oh right, he didn't play in that week. I'm sorry.
Carolina's not. Their offense obviously isn't great. Their defense isn't mean, it's bad. Don't get me wrong, but like they're very beat up. It's better than people give credit for, but they're still ass. I don't hate McLaurin here either. I think he's at like 61.
He's more limited.
He matches up really well, but I don't know how much they're going to be throwing, man. I agree with Real Nicky. I think Washington just does not let up. So no interest in any receivers here.
Dude, if you're Washington here, yo, thank you for the subs, dude. Steak friend with 5, bro. Let's go, man.
Sir.
Appreciate you, Steak. Let's go,
Love
man.
You, Steak.
Love you, brother. If you think about Washington, like my perspective is kind of like, yeah, they're not going to let up the gas because when do they have an opportunity to beat the shit out of Dallas in the last few years? Like this is the best chance they have, and if they have the capability to do so, I think you're spot on with that. So backing a starter on Washington's side is probably the way to go about it. Terry McLaurin is probably the way to go about it, dude. I actually love that look. Nobody's talking about him. You should get to the counter with that, I think. I like that more than Brian Robinson.
I was gonna say too, they're also Washington's off 2 losses too.
Yeah.
Obviously they still have, a ton of playoff contention, so they need to start winning again. So I like them to have like a dominant offensive game today.
Yeah. I like McLaurin. I like what you said.
Scary Terry Day. Yeah, I told you I was going between him and B Rob. I went with B Rob, so hopefully we can both get there.
Both should be good looks, brother. I wouldn't stress too much about it.
It's probably Eckler.
Tampa Bay Giants. Thoughts here?
So, dude, it's tough because you got fucking DeVito coming in. Obviously, Danny Jones looked like shit recently.
Tampa Bay off 4 straight losses.
Yep, and we remember how good, or I don't know if we should say how good, but Danny DeVito won some fucking game, or Tommy DeVito. Sorry, I keep calling him Danny DeVito.
Dude,
Tommy DeVito won some fucking games last year, man. So it's tough because like everyone's expecting him to come in. It's like, oh, it's DeVito, Tommy Cutlets. Like they're gonna move the ball. They're gonna probably put up points. But honestly, I do like points in this one, man. I really do.
I do too. But I will say about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, like this was a team everybody was so high on in the beginning of the year, and then over the last 4 weeks,
their injuries just
completely out. Yeah, but look at the competition too. It's like a fact. It's a majority. It's a number of things that factor into why they haven't been successful recently, right?
Eric. Well, I mean, missing Godwin and Evans, yeah.
Like, and you can make an argument that losing the starting quarterback in this situation for the Giants is a positive,
right?
So I think people are going to be inclined to back the Giants here. I mean, Tampa Bay is coming off some really great competition. I mean, these losses aren't to bad opponents. It's San Fran, Kansas City, Atlanta, Baltimore. Like those are all really good opponents.
They're key starters too.
I think you can make an argument you're buying low on Tampa here and you're selling high with the new quarterback situation with the Giants. But maybe this is what the Giants needed, was a change of scenery. Was a major change to kind of like we know sports. We've all most people in chat have played sports. When things are going horribly for a team, a big change or something in the scheme changes, something changes.
Get the Bears last week.
You can gain that extra confidence back. It's almost like turning a new leaf.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see that side of it, but that's kind of why I'll kind of want to sell high with the Giants here. But
yeah,
Furman checking in from Italy.
Steak nailed it too. I mean, their secondary is not great to begin with. They got a ton of rookies, and again, they're injured. Their guy I'm really high on, Tyke Smith, he's out. I mean, they're just very injured. I took Neighbors in this one. I got 56.5. To me, I think the Giants do trail. I do like Tampa in the spot. I do like points in the spot too. Like I said, you get Evans coming back. Where was I going with that? Evans coming back, and like they're just getting healthier. And like you said, this is their best matchup in quite some time. And I think DeVito's gonna be able to move the ball. Like somebody said it. Tracy, they're probably gonna rely on him. He's been unbelievable in my opinion, where he's gonna have success. Tampa's probably gonna send the house big time versus the Giants. Todd Bowles loves to blitz, and you got DeVito, who hasn't played probably in over a year, and he's still pretty young. Like they're gonna blitz the shit out of him, try and heat him up, make him make bad choices, turn the ball over. But I like Neighbors. To me, I don't care who's playing QB. He's had some monster games with Danny Jones, and this is as good as matchup as it gets, in my opinion. I think he'll find a way to get 60 yards. They're gonna scheme up shit for him. Drafted him so high, and he's been so good all year for the most part until they kind of hit this rough patch. So,
and take it with a
I like
grain of
Neighbors,
salt with
bro.
what I said with sell high with the Giants. You know what I mean by that. I'm
right,
not.
it's you're
I'm
just
not.
not running the blindly take them.
You know what I mean. Obviously, the
Exactly.
Giants are still a dumpster fire, but you know what I mean by that.
I think this game, if there, I might sneak like I see DGen post them all the time about like highest scoring game. I might take this one, honestly. You got Evans coming back. You got Tampa. I mean, granted, they've been putting up points, yes, but they haven't
I
won.
like that.
They haven't looked great. And honestly, DeVito is probably going to make plays. Like, this defense isn't
I'm
that
starting
good.
him in fantasy, man.
Also, I wanted to, Token, I forgot to message you.
I got a few buys for Joey B is on a buy, Royal, so I had to throw DeVito in there for the vibes.
I was going to say, dude, what's his name? Wow, look who it is.
Well, hello there.
What was I gonna say? Dude, DeVito's
Is
rushing
this who
line.
you were looking for? Wait, hold
DeVito's
on.
rushing line is near 25 yards,
I
man.
need a screenshot. Hold on, 1 sec. All right, appreciate that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly, Stick. It's not you're not buying bad news, and everyone, like I said, they all remember DeVito from last year, right? Like he won games. I don't even know. Like it was magic. It really was. So like if he runs into a brick wall here, I'm not shocked, but I think they're gonna be able to put up some points and move the ball. Like you said, we see it all the time.
Great.
New QB change, new coordinator change. There's more energy. There's more juice.
Being a home game too.
They have good
definitely helps
weapons too.
in
Yeah,
this
exactly.
kinda
They're gonna
spot
go
for
crazy.
defense, for sure.
Obviously, at this point, if you're the Giants, you want to lose.
I mean,
to try and get one of the QBs, but you gotta have a little fun.
Royal, what I kind of want to do, bro, can we Giants to score first touchdown?
We can sprinkle it. Yeah, those are tough because I don't think they're stopping Tampa, really, to be honest.
I can just see this fucking crowd getting absolutely just getting their hearts ripped out of their chest. They score early, they're up by 7, and then Tampa just absolutely throttles them into the green. The Giants' way.
Or not really the Giants. I was thinking more so of the Jets, actually. No, the Giants.
But you know what I mean. Just like
goals.
So much excitement, so much, I guess, rejuvenated hope.
Kind of.
For this fan base. Dude, they love this guy.
I honestly thought they were going to go with Drew Lock, to be honest. I don't know why I don't know. We'll see.
All right, we can move on from this game.
Yeah. But I took Neighbors. I mean, 56.5. That's honestly one catch for how good this dude is. I like one of the receivers. I also, Token, I saw you were on Baker, longest rush, I think. I love that. We all know why.
I like that.
Yeah. And this one here, too, I forgot to message him as well. He's like the QB rush yard whisperer. I mean, this game's fucking disgusting. Steak, if you're still in here, I can guess you're on Carolina. It just has to be played. Worst team in the league versus
these
the best team in the league.
These TikToks from these Bryce Young TikToks are insane.
Awesome. But I don't really know how deep we want to get into this game. I mean, it's hard not to lean Kansas City, but are they going to cover? Who knows? It's also the Chiefs off a loss, right? Like you're getting the Chiefs off a loss, but again, it's the fucking Panthers. So it's like, I don't know. The only play that I think I would play would be Bryce Young rushing yards. It's at like 11.5 or something, but Carolina money line, bro. That's insane. You're getting a lot of man coverage. You're getting a lot of pressure. You're getting a lot of blitzing. I think Bryce could probably hit 15 rushing yards, if not more. I'm not playing it just because this game is so disgusting. I don't hate one of Coker or Leggett. One of them probably does decent just because they're probably going to be throwing all game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely not taking Kareem Hunt rushing yards because I don't like to live by this, but I really don't think it's going to be that easy. You got Super Bowl contender laying 11, starting running back. Just don't think it's going to be that easy somehow. So I don't know. This game's disgusting.
You know what's crazy, Royal?
The Panthers, but I'm not touching this game, man.
It's funny you said rushing yards. The only spot that I was looking to back Bryce Young was longest completion, actually.
Wow.
30.5.
That's disgusting.
It's super gross. Pretty sure he's only hit this 2 weeks. Once against New Orleans and once against actually both against New Orleans. So it's interesting. I mean, his line's usually sitting at 28.5, like 30.5, so I can't really call the line weird. but I
It's
will
actually a
say
good look.
caught my eye a little bit. Jatavion Sanders.
Yeah, Chiefs kind of they struggle versus tight ends. Obviously, their defense is good, but linebackers really aren't that good in coverage, and they play a lot of man. So
Yeah, just something that I was looking at. Not something I played, but thought it was interesting.
why is this a buy low for the Panthers? Every game's a buy low for the Panthers, brother.
Dude, they're on discount.
What do you
pretty much
mean? They're
every
off.
week.
They're off 2 wins. This ain't no buy low.
They're on the clearance rack
This ain't no buy low. It's buy low on the Chiefs.
and an employee
He's
discount.
trolling. He's trolling. All right, fair enough. Yeah, that's
Standard-
kind of what I'm thinking, D-Gen. Like,
Yeah.
it could just be.
It's like almost like too fun. Like it's too enticing to want to back Bryce against Kansas City, and I think we
Was
can all
this-
agree why.
Was this last year? I think it was last year.
I think
Lions beat
we all
the
want it
Chiefs
to
opening
happen more
night.
so than we think it's going to happen. Is my point.
I think the Bears played the Chiefs week 2 last year, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was last year. And it was the Chiefs off a loss versus the Lions.
Mhm.
Bro, they fucking belt to ass. Granted, the Bears were bad, but like it was like 50-7 or some shit. Like they didn't give a fuck. They ran that shit up. So after a loss, it seems like they like to assert their dominance. So I don't know. But let's get the fuck off this game.
Yep. Where's Beaver? Dude, Beav's right here, boys. What are you talking about, bro? He's right here.
Oh,
He's
Eric,
got some.
make me
He's
do
got
it,
some
bro.
shit to do today.
All right, let me lay the land here because, as you know, Bears fan,
Yeah, let me
a
hear
lot
it.
of pain every
I'll give you
single
the
year.
stage.
So, a lot of people, I got a lot of DMs. Got to be the Bears this week. Yep. It is. I will say it is a bad spot for the Vikings. This is their 3rd straight road game after playing Tennessee, who's a very physical defense. I don't know what happened in Jacksonville, but they only put up 12 points. Yeah, again, face a solid Tennessee defense. That's 2 straight road games. Now you're coming to Soldier Field. As bad as the Bears have been, they do play a lot better at home. And obviously, we all know what happened last week. The missed blocked field goal could have won the game. So you're getting an angry, pissed off Bears team that did look better with the new coordinator change. I'm not sold yet, but that was probably arguably the best performance because Packers are a good team, unlike the other ones they shit on. So you're getting an angry, pissed off Bears team that arguably should have won. And then you're getting Minnesota, 3rd straight road game in a tough division matchup. So that's the spot. I will say the total, I would consider this on the lower side just because how bad the Bears defense has been. But then again, our offense is bad. But I thought it would have been 40-ish, 41. So I don't know, man. I couldn't get to anything in this game. I don't hate Jefferson. I know our pass defense has been good, but I don't think Jalen Johnson's going to shadow. And honestly, I trust their head coach way more than Eberflus. That's probably the only look I would take, honestly. I don't want to flip a coin for the Bears receivers. Odunze has literally been our best receiver, so they'd probably plan for him. I don't know, man. I'm really lost with this team.
I'm rolling.
That's
in
the other
mud.
thing too. Last thing I'll say is, I mean, you got Flores' defense, right? We all know what they do. They have 10 guys at the line of scrimmage, 8 guys, a lot of disguises, a lot of pressure, a lot of blitz. It's going to be tough for a rookie QB, no matter who it is, no matter what QB in general. But a rookie QB that obviously they've had their struggles, it's going to be tough, man. Like he could be, I don't even know. Like again, Flores' defense is all about disguise. And when you're in a struggling system with not great coaches around you, it's going to be tough. So if he overcomes that, tip your cap. But on paper, that's not a great matchup. So
I'm rolling in the mud, bro. The only way I can back the Bears is the way I'm doing it. And I'm taking Darnold under pass completions. We talked about it a little bit before stream.
It's not even like a fade either.
There's 2 ways it could happen. I mean, if the Vikings go up huge in this game, this could be a run out the clock type of situation. I mean, we can totally see that as we know how the Bears have been performing in, I guess we could call sharp spots. But seeing this line, dude, like 19.5, juice to the over, just seems really easy. I mean, he's gone over 3 straight games. His passing yards is one of the lowest that he's seen all year. Yes, Chicago's defense is good, so it could just be that tax. But
Secondary, but Yeah.
Seeing 39, like this, to me, this is going to be a grudge match. I think it's going to be a lot of Aaron Jones, and I think if it's going to be an air raid with Minnesota, it's going to be big plays, and it's not going to be these, high volume, short dip off dunks that we've seen Darnold do in the past. What did he say? Laddered interceptions
versus Jacksonville. Yeah, I think he had 4 or something.
But yeah, man, I got to roll in the mud here. There's two ways it could happen. Chicago can step up defensively, or Minnesota can blow them out. That's kind of the two scenarios I see most likely to happen. So under 19.5 pass completions is my play in this one.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not even like a fade on Darnold or the Vikings. To me, the way I see it, I think it starts with Aaron Jones, as you said. I mean, our front seven is just in shambles, and Brisker's still out, was arguably our best defender, especially in the run game. Plus, I don't think you're going to see the Vikings like dink and dunking. Like, they're explosive. Kevin O'Connell's a great offensive coach. I think the completions are going to be for 20-plus yards. You're going to get Jefferson deep, Addison deep shot.
Aaron Jones setting up the play action, that type of
exactly.
scenario.
Yeah. So to me, it's not even a fade. I just think when they make completions, it's gonna be for explosive plays to where, you move the ball down the field 30 yards. Like, you're just not gonna dink and dunk. And I think they are gonna have success in the run game. And the way I think they go up early, because I mean they've started hot. I mean, not late, but to start the year, I think they scored on like every first drive. They always scored first. So I kind of think Minnesota like bounces back a little bit. Like I said, I know a lot of people like the Bears, but it is a bad spot. But this team has been pretty bad. I know they beat the Titans, but it's really not saying much. But looked like shit versus the Colts. Looked like shit versus the Jaguars. Didn't look great versus Tennessee. To me, this team's either like falling apart, and the first half of the season was kind of a fluke, or they get right, heading into the playoffs, because they still have contention. I know our division's pretty tough, but I mean, they're 8-2. They have to be in the picture. So honestly, like, this could be a decent spot for Minnesota. I'm not betting it. I understand the Bears spot if you're betting them, but yeah, this Minnesota's 8-2 for a reason.
It's tough, man. I mean,
sitting duck head coach too. I mean, there's no way to keep this guy.
These last 3 wins that Minnesota has had, like, how impressive are they really?
Oh, terrible.
Yeah, that's the one thing to be concerned about if you're backing the Bears today, for sure. They haven't looked impressive. Have they gotten the job done? Yes. It's Tennessee, Jacksonville, and Indianapolis.
And the Bears looked good last week, like, for what we've seen all year. Like, to me, that was their best offensive performance. I know they blew out the Panthers and the Rams, but I mean, those teams are terrible defensively. Like, it really wasn't impressive. I said that whole stretch, I was like, I'm not sold yet. Not impressed. It's got to be against a good team. And I mean, we put up 20 versus the Packers and new coordinator. So to me, that was their best offensive game. Mm-hmm. But I could see Flores' scheme giving them trouble. Who knows? I didn't play anything in this game. There's too much going on for me.
All right. I think we
I don't hate this at all. I'm not going to tell you no. We'll put it that way. Yeah, I know, dude. It's actually, the Bears' schedule is so weird. Last game was their first division game. And now they play the Vikings this week. They play the Lions on Thursday. Then the Vikings. Is it 3 weeks? I thought it was 2 weeks. They pretty much play their whole division for like the rest of the year.
I hate division like rematches within 3-4 weeks of each other. That's always so weird to me.
I gotta take a piss, but you can get started.
You good? All right, New England, Miami, best game of the day, hey boys. I was listening to Steak. He really likes Miami. Are you still in here, Steak? It's hard for me to get a read on this game, honestly. Love to hear why you honestly like Miami. I mean, are you just thinking that they're going to finally figure it out here? Because I don't know, man. I've been saying it all year. Like, Miami's just a team I'm trying to avoid. They haven't impressed me. Could this be the spot where they finally look like the Miami Dolphins of years previous? For sure. I mean, we've been trying to catch the falling knife with Tyreek Hill for I don't know how many weeks in a row now. I'm just so sick of backing this Miami team, and I'm so sick of betting games that they're involved in, to be honest with you. I do like the over somewhat. I think if Miami's going to cover this spread, it's going to be with points, and I think we can agree on that. The Pats have looked somewhat competent on offense. I mean, I don't mind that at all. 45.5? My computer's bugging right now. Hold on. What is chat liking? Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with my computer right now. Am I frozen? Can someone in chat confirm? I don't know what's happening right now. Yo, can you hear me?
What? I can hear you.
My computer's like bugging out.
Sorry about that. I don't mean to backtrack. I did forget. I tailed token on TJ Edwards, 7.5 tackles and assists on the Bears. Kind of just plays into what we said. I think they're going to rely on Aaron Jones, and linebackers do well versus the Vikings. So I got minus 125 on MGM. But
what are you thinking from this Miami game, dude?
Yeah.
I refuse to back the Dolphins, dude. I refuse to back them.
I will say it's one of, if not both, Tyreek or Waddle. I would lean. It's hard to say.
Are they starting to figure it out?
I mean, yeah, it's just you're getting. It's a good spot. It's a division game. Like Miami's got to win this game, but you probably expect Gonzalez to shadow Tyreek. So you're left Waddle at 40 yards against not a great Patriots defense. I know they're playing a little better, but to me, I get they've been bad, but it's still gonna be an air raid focus. And I think Waddle can get 40 yards, man. I agree.
He's covered 3 straight weeks in a row. Like
his total's pretty high. So to me, there's going to be points. I think the majority is going to come from the Dolphins. What the fuck? MJ just dipped. I don't know what's going on with him.
Sorry, dude.
My
shit's going crazy, bro. My fault. Dude, but like for me, I can't back Miami off 3 straight covers and the Patriots off an outright loss and not covering as well. Like I just can't get there. Can you?
I mean,
you lean that way?
What do you mean outright loss? They were +4 to the Rams.
I misspoke on that.
Oh. I mean, I would lean Miami. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Patriots have a little bit of hype here. I mean, Drake May's playing really well. No one's really high on Miami.
But losing the Rams, you think people are still high on the Patriots here? I don't know.
Yeah, Rams have been – I don't know what's going on, but Rams have been pretty decent getting their Puka and Cup back. So I don't know if I lean aside, but I think their offense – I think Miami's offense I think does pretty well here, honestly. I mean, the total's high for a reason. And
I like the over.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be Tyreek or Waddle, if not both. So New England plays a lot of man defense, and not many DBs can run stride for stride with those two. So, and I will say, because Jonnu Smith has been really fucking good, but he's really only good versus zone coverage. And like I said, New England's very heavy man coverage team. So to me, you'll probably see Tyreek break one. I don't know how many if Gonzo's shadowing him, but I mean, it's got to be Waddle, honestly.
This game's throwing me for a loop, man.
The only reason why I didn't play Waddle is because, like I said, Tyreek could easily have that 150-yard game if they scheme some shit up for him. I mean, he's been so quiet lately. Obviously, the QB situation earlier did not help, but even still, he just hasn't looked that same. I mean, last year it was like 150 yards every single game, no matter who it was against.
All right, here's the thing. Do you believe in this Miami Dolphins team like long term this season at all?
More than the consensus.
Do you think they can turn it around?
Yeah, they have the potential for sure.
Okay. Then yes, I think you could back the Dolphins here. But like for me, in terms of a spot, like I just don't see it, man. They took care of business against the Raiders. They just beat up on a Rams team who.
Yeah, but that's my point. They're not.
As we know. I mean,
impressive.
whenever I see a team that just played, like for example, Patriots just lost to the Rams. Miami just beat the Rams by more than a touchdown.
Yeah, but you got to realize the Patriots, like, they're in a full rebuild. What they're doing right now,
that doesn't mean impressive. They can't lose by less than 7. That doesn't mean that.
Yeah, but you're talking about like New England is like if they're expected to win these games. Like they're supposed to. They had the lowest wins, whatever it's called. I can't even think about it. Before the season, they had the lowest win total out of the entire league, I'm pretty sure. Like there was zero expectation of this team. What they're doing now is more impressive in my opinion.
Okay. It's fair.
It's like I feel like the way you're kind of talking about him, it's like, oh, it was a bad loss to the Rams. Like, no, they're supposed to
No,
lose
it's not
that
a
game.
bad loss to the Rams. I'm just saying
And yeah,
Patriots
Miami
haven't
beat
looked
the
as good as
Raiders.
you're saying.
Like, are we gonna bat an eye because they beat the Raiders? To me, no. I think this is the game where people think New England's gonna upset Miami in a division game.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
they've been playing well.
Okay.
That's my
guess-
thing.
I
I kind
guess
of think
I'm-
Miami like just lights it up, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Yeah, this too. They almost beat them earlier. Granted, Tua wasn't in, but still. So that's the way I read it. Do I think Miami's going to the Super Bowl? No. Do I think they're better than people say that they are right now? Yes, I do. I mean, the offense is too talented. Defense is not great, but they got enough good players to where they can compete with these teams. And I think that showed versus the Bills. And to me, after that game, they kind of took a step back. I know they beat the Rams, but I don't know. To me, it seems like the Rams have been getting respect in the sports books, but I don't think they're that good. And then obviously the Raiders, like I'm not gonna bat an eye, but I'm not playing the Dolphins, but I think they can score here.
Somewhat concerning that they beat this team by 5 without their starting quarterback. They get them now at home, and they're laying 7.5. Like, to me, that looks pretty fucking easy, bro. I can't lie. Especially with how
dude.
I mean, the
Jacoby
Dolphins.
Brissett was
Dude, everybody was out on the Dolphins until these last 2 weeks, and they've looked good against really bad teams, and the Raiders and the
Tua
Rams.
was out for like 5-6 weeks.
I don't know. For me, I just think I'm gonna stay away from the Dolphins today.
That's fair. I'm not backing them either. If I had to pick a side, it's Miami or their team total.
Yeah. Okay. I think this game could honestly, the more and more I look at it too, the over seems like it should be free. But that concerns me.
I mean, I don't think the
football brain
Dolphins
tells me
really.
that should be over.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
was gonna say I don't think the Dolphins are really gonna slow them down. I mean, their offense has been good with Drake May. He's been really fucking good, to be honest with you. With the weapons he has, the O-line he has, rookie head coach. I mean,
You're
Drake
saying
May
it's
is
hard not to like
great.
the over, which is concerning to take it because Miami's offense has finally looked like the way
yeah, but it's
supposed
pretty
to.
high though.
It's fair. Yeah. Fair. All right, let's move on from this one. Tennessee, Houston. We're both back in Nico.
Yeah,
I think it's a don't overthink it spot. Took him last week. He's a walking 100 yards. Coming off injury, I feel like this is finally his get right game after, I don't know, not even a bad performance really.
they just didn't need a throw.
In that first week back. Yeah. Against this Tennessee secondary, I mean, it should be Nico all day. I don't see any reason to overthink it here. I think the line makes sense. It's not too high. It's not too low. It's makes sense for a guy who just came off injury and went under in the previous week to me. His lines were earlier in the season, like 82.5, 80.
Probably higher, but yeah, up there.
No, it was like low 80s. I'm more than positive.
Actually, yeah, with Diggs in, yeah.
So I think the line is telling that he's going to be back to his old self here. It's like there's a few guys in the NFL that I love taking after going under, like James Conner's one of them, Kenneth Walker's one of them. He's another guy that I just like backing after a bad week.
Yeah.
It's usually clockwork with guys like this.
Yeah. Yeah, my read's a little bit like that. Honestly, it's like this is going to sound crazy. On paper, Mixon should struggle. I know he's been absolutely fucking insane this year. But, I mean, I've said it all year. Like, Tennessee's front seven is no joke. I mean, they got some fucking dogs on there. Now, I'm not saying Mixon's going to have a terrible game, but if he has 100 rushing yards versus this team, I mean, it's inevitable. It really is.
Derrick Henry V2.
Yeah, like it's just insane. I mean, so on paper, Mixon should struggle a little bit more than normal, I guess I should say. So that's why I like Nico. I think they're gonna have a little more third and longs, a little more, second and longs, where they're gonna be in more throwing situations just to keep the ball moving. Not that I think they're going to be trailing. Not that I think they're going to be losing. They're just going to have to be in throwing situations more where we saw versus Dallas where they really weren't.
Appreciate you, Kyle.
So I like Nico. I mean, their secondary is pretty good. Don't get me wrong. They got some dogs there. But I said it earlier, Nico was the best receiver in the league before he got hurt. Obviously, JJ and Chase are probably better talents, but what he was doing before
production-wise,
was incredible. So, like you said, I think he picks it back up. I don't know if I'd play the Titans. I don't mind it. I rather
I
take like
refuse it.
Nico or something. Yeah, it's just
Covered
to
one
me.
game
I
this
can't.
season.
I can't back fucking Will
They're
Levis, man. I can't.
1-9 ATS. It's absurd.
Yeah, I like the spot, to be honest. It's just I don't like Levis. I mean, Calvin Ridley's got to cool off, in my opinion, unless he just reverted back to him old self. But yeah, I like Nico here. I think they're going to be in a little more throwing situations. Like if Mixon goes over again and has a legacy game again, I mean, I'm just going to start playing it every week like I should have. But yeah, I mean, their front seven's no joke. Their linebackers playing well. Their D line's physical as fuck. So
Yep.
that's why I like it.
Cool. And the polar opposite of the Tennessee Titans, the Detroit Lions versus the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, holy fuck.
How does this game not go over?
Anthony Richardson. You
Yeah.
don't know what you're going to get with him.
I mean, we've been saying it every week. Do not get in front of the freight train that is the Detroit Lions. Like, his roster is fucking unbelievable,
Yeah,
man. Top to bottom, it's
the best team. It's the best roster in the league.
It's absurd.
Yeah, they're a force.
I can't say like
Not a single hole on this team.
I don't want to back the Colts here. Like I said, I'm not getting in front of Detroit right now. I'm not jumping on the train tracks. Coming off of what, a 40+ point win against Jacksonville, like definitely not the spot to back the Detroit Lions, like betting the way we bet. But good Lord, man, Colts are nothing. I mean,
Could argue that though. I mean, Richardson had his best game all season.
the spot definitely says the Colts, but with that being said, man, like, do I want to catch this falling knife with Detroit? No, definitely not. Lions going to regress. Vegas going to make money off the under and not covering the spread. That's what you would assume, right? That's what you definitely would assume. If you bet like us, you would. That's the contrarian angle, but they refuse to be contrarian. It's the Detroit Lions, man. It's they cover and they go over pretty much every fucking week. I mean, it's pretty absurd at this point. Do you have any kind of read on a prop, perhaps?
No, real quick, McKiffin. The only thing I'll say is pass rush as a whole because Hutchinson's out, obviously, but
Twitter pod is the Colts. Good Lord, you know how.
See, matchup wise, Josh Down destroys man coverage, but like, man, I don't know if I can trust Richardson. I really don't. I mean, I hope he succeeds. I think he has a cool story, like in a certain way, but like I hope he succeeds because he reminds me of Cam Newton. I think he could be really good for the league, but we've seen in straight throwing game scripts, which it should be, struggles. There was a lot of bad picks, a lot of bad decisions. So I don't know. That I was gonna say this too. Yep, AD Mitchell, really good matchup, and he's been kind of getting a little more burn.
Not to mention the Colts. I mean, I was boots on ground for that Jets game, man. Like fourth quarter, like
Yeah.
What, 2 minutes left? Maybe, I think less, with the touchdown to win the game. I mean, I don't know. I can't get there with the Colts, man. There's no way I can back them today.
Yeah. I did lead in Laporta as well. I mean, 35.5 yards. It's like 2 catches for him, but I don't want to get involved in this game, to be honest with you. I really don't.
Fair. Denver, Las Vegas. This is our spot to sell high with Denver here, and the way I'm doing it is Jakobi Meyers. This guy's been honestly extremely efficient with how good Brock Bowers has been. Not to mention Brock Bowers is coming off a legacy game, and I think a lot of people would be straight away from taking Meyers due to the matchup with Surtain. But let's be real, dude. Surtain is human. There's wide receivers that can go over against him. It's not Revis Island. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Yes. That doesn't mean we can't target a prop against his matchup today in Jakobi Meyers. Yes, it's definitely scary. The line's moving towards the Raiders. I can't get there on the spread, but that's definitely the way I lean. Like, Denver looks like prime Kansas City Chiefs right now. This is the spot to fade him, and the way I'm going to do it is backing a receiver not named Brock Bowers. Do I think he's going to go over? He probably will go over today. I think any Vegas receiver is a good look today. But I'm going to back Jakobi. I mean, he's been sneakily going over all his lines and coming off a game where I think it's one of his lowest receiving games of the year, actually. In that last week, I think he had around 28 yards.
Oh yeah, 'cause Bowers had 50 catches for 1,000 yards.
Because Bowers was Gronk and Kelsey combined, turned into a transformer and absolutely ate. But yeah, to me, it's kind of like a sell high on Bowers and a sell high on Denver. So I'll take Jacoby Myers to go over 50 yards today.
Yeah, the thing with Surtain too, it's like, is he gonna shadow Jacoby Myers? Like, is that worth it?
I don't think so.
I don't know. So, wow, Coochie.
What do you say? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some Raiders tickets. I understand it too. It's just with NFL these days, I'm not that gross. I'm not gonna do it. I feel like it just hasn't been paying like it used to. Like 2 years ago, yeah, this would be a 401k max on the Raiders, and that shit probably would have been free because every contrarian spot used to hit like crack. But I mean, honestly, the line is kind of short in my opinion. Like, I get it's a road game, but like, man, Denver has been fucking on fire, man. I would have thought at least 7. I understand it's division game, this and that, but I mean, yeah, there's Terrence. Yep. Of course. I mean, Denver's been a fucking force, and I've been high on their defense all year. Not scared of Minshew. I'm not scared of fucking Madison and whoever the other guy is. I can't remember. Yeah, Raiders' whole secondary's out. I mean, it's disgusting. This is grosser than the Panthers, in my opinion. This really is, because you have a very good defense on one side. You have a rookie QB playing his best football. You have the team that's firing on all cylinders against a shit Raiders team that's probably going to find a way to cover. But yeah, so I skipped right over this game, honestly. Amir Abdullah starting. Yeah, see, I didn't even know that. Both Raiders are. Yeah, that's insane. I don't hate that. Amir Abdullah, I mean, bro, that guy used to be Randy Moss out of the backfield when he was in the Lions. That dude was one of the best receiving running backs I've ever seen. Always scored on Thanksgiving, too.
It could be sneaky, dude. I like that, D-Gen.
Okay. So I moved off this game. I don't hate your Myers read at all. I don't want to get involved.
Sure. All right, San Fran, Green Bay. Man, is this disrespectful in terms of the line towards San Fran. What do you think?
Not at all. Purdy's out.
Got it.
Shut the fuck up, Coochie. Shut the fuck up.
Nico
Wait, is he actually? Because Terrence said it at the same time.
Bruh.
If it was Coochie, I wouldn't believe it, but they both said it at the same time. Yeah, I hate you guys. Fuck both of you. No, Purdy's out. I mean, you're on the road. See, this is tough because I would lean Green Bay. I don't like that Purdy's out, but it really could be that easy. But also, Token, correct me if I'm wrong, or any other Packers fans, but the Packers did not look good last game. I'm not even saying that as a Bears fan, but they didn't look good, and I mean, they should have lost that game. To me, this is kind of their get-right spot, and San Fran has not been impressive whatsoever, especially defensively. I mean, they're known the past 3 years as dominant defense, probably arguably the best in the league. Not the case, whether it's injuries or scheme, whatever you want to call it. They just haven't been great. I would lean Green Bay here. I kind of think they put up points. The total is pretty high for a reason with a backup QB. So I like Green Bay here. I couldn't get anywhere with the props just because I don't know the game script. I was going to say I do lean Jordan Love. He's been shaky. Obviously, he's very good. We all know that. He looks good some drives and then throws some really bad interceptions. So
the only reason I
love in some fashion.
The only reason I said it was like a tad, I thought it was a lot of respect for the Green Bay Packers. Yes, Purdy's out, but like look at the Packers' wins this year, man.
They've been shaky. Close. Yeah, I know.
Like most of their wins are very close, one possession games. I mean, even their losses, like 2-point loss to Minnesota, 2-point win against Houston, 3-point win against Jacksonville, 1-point win against Chicago. Like they haven't covered these big spreads in the past. It's tough. It's tough for me.
I think this is a Packers get right spot, honestly.
Feels that way to me.
Token, cover your ears, but 49ers have obviously had a lot of success versus them in the playoffs. We all know that. So to me, I think the Packers organization has this game circled. I mean, you've heard it plenty of times this past week. You got George Kittle saying, I gotta play versus the Packers. Like they love playing the Packers. Like I said, Packers haven't had a lot of success versus them. So to me, this is their smash spot.
All day Allen with a sub, dude. Appreciate you, dude. For 11 months. That's fucking awesome, dude. One more month for the full year. Let's go. Let's have a Sunday, fellas. W, bro. Appreciate you, dude.
I would lean Packers team total.
I agree.
It's well, who's the court? Is it Brandon Allen?
Should be, yeah.
Then again, we say it all the time, right? The 49ers system is pretty easy for QBs. Wouldn't be shocked if we see Daniel Jones there, to be honest, if Brandon Allen can't get it done. But I would lean Packers team total. I think, like I said, they looked bad last week. And a lot of people say the Bears defense is amazing. It's really not anymore. I get our secondary is good, but, I mean, the Cardinals routed us. Commanders put up a ton of points. Like, the Packers just didn't play well. So I think they get right at home.
It's fair. I like what you said. I think you have a good read on the game.
And like Token said too, Jordan Love has been shaky. Like we know he's good, but he hasn't been performing to how good he is.
Yep. Cool.
All right, this one's kind of a shit show too.
Yeah, man.
Seattle off a win versus San Fran.
I was going back and forth with James Conner and Kenneth Walker all morning, bro. All morning. And the thing that sold me was the fact that Kenneth Walker's been so abysmal in the receiving game. That's the only thing that put me over the edge, more towards Kenneth than I am towards James Conner. If I had to take a James Conner prop, though, I would take his rushing, just straight up, without the receiving, because he's been insane. I think he had close to 60 yards receiving in that game previous with Arizona. I like Kenneth Walker here. I will say, though, dude, this feels like a lot of respect for the Cardinals to be getting on the spread. In Seattle, divisional game.
I don't know, dude. The Cardinals have been fucking good. Like,
I think it's a lot of respect, dude.
I don't think. I mean, they have 4 straight wins, bro. Chargers, Dolphins, smash the Bears, smash the Jets. Like, this team's red fucking
But
hot.
Seattle gets respect at home on the spread.
Not as of late, dude. People are starting to realize this team is just not legit right
+3
now.
to the Bills. +3 to the Bills, and they're +1 in the Cards. Like, that's a lot of respect, dude.
I think it's the Cardinals are just hitting their stride. That's what it is.
That's a lot of respect. And, dude, they were beat up in that Buffalo game. Like, to me, this is a shit ton of respect for the Cardinals.
I don't think so. I think now, if you ask me the better team, I'm saying the Cardinals.
Okay. I would not have expected them to be favored in Seattle. Is all I got.
Favorite, I agree. I would have thought like +1 or +2.
Yes.
Seattle just beat. Well, somebody said they flipped, so
did they flip?
Some injury news. Yeah, that's what somebody said. It could be some injury news. Could be some sharp money. So it opened as a dog, which I think is correct. I mean, I'm not going to bat in either.
Are they saying it flipped as
Cardinals went from dog to favorite?
It already flipped, or it just okay? So yeah. Right. So Seattle opened as the favorite. That's what they're saying. Correct.
I mean, guys, I know it's the Cardinals, but like, this team's on fucking fire, and their defense has been playing really well, which is why. Sorry, I'm eating here.
You're good.
Which is why I'm on Kenneth Walker, because you look at this team, the Jets and the Bears obviously have their issues offensively. We'll leave it at that. Mm-hmm. But 9 points versus the Bears, 6 points versus the Jets. Like, I think their defense kind of comes back to earth. They're not a shutdown defense. Their defense really is not that good. It's playing better, sure, but at the end of the day, they just don't have the talent. They got Budda Baker. They got Kazir White. It's pretty much it. Maybe Jalen Thompson. But to me, I think Seattle kind of stays hot putting up points. I think, like I said, I think Kenneth Walker is the focal point today. And I think it was a big game.
Yeah, you could make an argument, too. I mean, money and bets, from what I can tell, are on Arizona's side here.
Yeah.
So
everyone wants to fade Seattle, bro, after that huge win. Yeah.
The opener is more important in my eyes. So I'm happy that I'm backing Kenneth and Seattle opened as favorites, because that makes me feel a lot more comfortable, honestly. If Arizona opened as favorites, that would be a different story. I know you could make an argument +1, -1. What's the fucking difference? But whenever I think most people, when they see dog to fave, they're inclined to back the team that just went fave, and they're scared to back the team that went dog. I mean, especially with Seattle for me, the first thing I said was seeing Seattle +1 at home is weird. So there's 2 ways to think about it, really. Are you going to trust the line move, or are you going to trust the initial opener line? So
I think when you look at what the Cardinals have been doing, it's not even like a 1 or 2 week span. It's been a month. you would be more inclined to back them.
Yes, on a resume perspective of recency, a recent resume for sure, Arizona. Yes,
right. So, and plus you got Seattle off a outright win in San Fran.
San Fran, right?
So coming back home, yeah. So honestly,
I guess I figured more people would be inclined to back Seattle after that last game.
Maybe.
Which I guess is not the case.
Yeah. So I as far as the side, I really don't know, to be honest. Like, this is a coin flip in my opinion, because like we could see Arizona just come out and shit the bed. Realistically, off a bye week.
I think backing Kenneth is the best way to go about it, bro. Regardless of outcome, I think he's gonna get his. All right.
My top lean in this game though is Trey McBride. Just I was telling you earlier, but for chat, Seattle's defense is obviously solid. It's been not great as of late, but their strength is their corners and limiting the deep ball, which is, Marvin, which is what's the other guy's name? Wilson. They play a lot of like high 2 safety shells, so that middle of the field is wide open. And elite tight ends just feast versus McDonald's defense. It's not even that they suck versus tight ends. They do on paper, but it's just their scheme. Their scheme allows so much open middle of the field. And I consider Trey McBride an elite tight end. And if you go look up elite tight ends versus Seattle or versus the Ravens the past year or two, it's pretty impressive. Like Kelsey, 100+, Kittle, monster games, Njoku, monster games. Every good tight end just does well versus this team. Or versus the scheme, I should say. So
hide your women.
I don't hate it. I honestly might get to the table since it's a 4:30. Wow. Look at that shirt. Since it's a 4:30 game, I might get there. Yeah, exactly, Caleb. Yeah. It's not even like they're a bad defense, right? It's just literally how their scheme is. Yep, Ferguson too. It's just literally how their defense is set up. So
hide your women.
I'll probably get there with McBride, honestly.
If you have a girlfriend, be careful, man. You might not have one by the end of the day.
Colts is crazy. I can't do that, but I do like some Waddle.
What a dapper lad.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, this shirt is fucking. I love it. It makes him look so funny. Cat dress is better than Beeve. Low key, he does. He's Polo Ralph out, man. Look at him. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, I get the spot, Hefe. Don't get me wrong. It's the fucking lines, bro. I'm on the board, man. I'm on the train. The team's too fucking good.
What we got next?
Do they cover? I don't know.
Philly, LA.
Yeah, prime time.
How is it not Saquon, man? How does he not rush for 150 again for, 3 straight weeks? I mean, this guy's a fucking animal.
Shocker. Behind a good whole line.
I will say, I kind of think this line is a tad short with how well Philadelphia's been playing. I'm biased towards Philly. Obviously, I'm a fan. So
I think Devonta Smith is probably worth the point. Keep in mind.
But the highlight of this team has been their defense.
I know, but if he's in, it's probably -4, and if they're at home, it's probably -7. So I think that's kind of accurate.
I don't know. It's pretty. As a fan, dude, I low key think Philly loses this game. They've been playing so fucking well, and I mean, who wants to back the Rams against this team? Like it just does not seem like an appealing spot to back LA. The matchup screams Philly's going to score a shit ton of points. I mean, how did they not? They've been unreal. They're on what? 6-game winning streak, and we talked about it earlier in the season. Like,
yeah, what did I tell you about their defense?
They were going to figure it out. Yeah. And dude, but they're a streaky team. We saw it last year. What, 10-1?
I think they have real coordinators now, though.
True, but they're a streaky team. They have very high highs and very low lows. Beginning of the year, they were experiencing the lows, and now they're experiencing the highs. For me, like, I don't know what to think about this game. I think the spread is short in terms of the Rams. I think it's favorable on the spread if I'm just looking at a line read perspective. But Philly's a team that is extremely hot right now. And they're not like a Denver Broncos where you can sell high in the same spot that we are today. I don't know, man. It's just
here's the answer.
McVay outcoaches Sirianni. That's probably the football reasoning behind it.
I was letting you go, but yes, their defense has been good. And yes, they have 2 rookies, essentially 2 new linebackers, new everything, that are playing very well. But this is one of the best offensive minds in football at the end of the day, with 2 extremely good receivers and a good running back.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're probably going to be able to put up points because it's coming to fruition now, right? Everyone's on board with Philly. Everyone thinks their defense is elite, which
what is the Rams team total?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look, but that's probably what it is everyone's sold on this Eagles defense. The Rams are whatever. I mean, mid at best. And that too. I mean, yeah. Jared Verse and I always forget his name. I think it's Brisky or whatever. Their D-line has been playing really well. And I'm a huge Cam Kitchens guy. I don't know if anyone knows who that is. He's a rookie safety from Miami. He's been getting more snaps. He's been playing well. So their defense is getting a little better. But I just think it's just going to be McVay, man, just putting on a clinic. Not that they light up the scoreboard, but I think they're going to move the ball probably.
Bro, 23.5 points is the Rams team total. The Eagles haven't allowed that since that game in Tampa Bay when they looked like absolute piss.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in September.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, trust me, the Eagles have.
This feels like the Broncos team total of last week.
Yeah,
it was the same line. Broncos 23.5.
Well, this is the other thing too. It's like, do the Rams win? I don't fucking know, but I think they put up points.
Yeah, I would lean Rams team total here. Over 23.5. Yeah, that's the spot I'd probably look at. But I'm not fading my own team just off principle. You know how that goes.
Yeah, no, of course.
Cool. Anything else?
I will say, look at that next matchup. Ravens play a ton of man coverage. Chat. Who eats up man coverage on the Chargers? Who has 100 yards every single week? Are we going to do it again? Probably. Yeah, the guy is fucking unbelievable, man.
No
Ladd McConkey fucks. It's as simple as that. That dude fucks. Ladd McConkey fucks. Justin Herbert fucks. That team is legit. I knew this team was going to be solid when I remember we were in Discord. Them to not – it was either – I think they were to make the playoffs like minus 130. And we were like, that seems like a fuck ton of respect for a brand new coach, arguably like rebuilding. Like they had a lot of question marks with losing Keenan Allen, losing Mike Williams. Like there was a lot of question marks on this team. And seeing minus 130 in the Chiefs division is like, that's how I knew this team was going to be somewhat decent. Like whether they're going to start out hot or pick it up like they're doing now. But this team's fucking legit, and it's all because of Harbaugh. Like, those guys would run through a fucking brick wall for him. And we've seen it. Everywhere he goes, he wins. 49ers, that team was arguably a dynasty. They didn't get the chip, but, I mean, NFC championship almost every year, and that team was just unbelievable. Michigan, turned into the best team in the country. Like, this guy is just a fucking winner. And this team's legit, and they're very good. That's why Herbert's arguably playing his best football of his career right now. I know he has some flashy stats and numbers in the past, but I think every aspect of the game, decision-making, I mean,
it's crazy what your head coach believing in you will do to your confidence too, huh?
How about that? And the Bears didn't even interview him, so that tells you how serious we are.
How about that?
We're going to choose Matt Eberflus over Harbaugh.
You get a guy that will instill some confidence in your best players, make them feel like they're the best players. Obviously, that wasn't the case in years previous with Herbert, and I will fall on the sword. I was not a Herbert fan, but this season has proved to me that it was purely just a situation because
I will say too, Steak brought up a good point. Like I never understood why Herbert was so hated, but he made a good point saying he was crowned too quickly as like this.
I saw that too. Great way to put it.
It was a really good way. I was like, you know what, you're kind of right. Like he had a great rookie season, no doubt.
But he was up there with all the top dogs before he did shit. He was throwing for 4K, but that's pretty much all the accolades you could put on a guy like that at that point.
It was a really good way to put it.
He's on his revenge tour.
Revenge game. Oh, yeah, Greg Roman. Good point, dude. Yeah.
Great point.
Yeah, they shipped off Greg Roman. Yeah. They honestly, Ravens fans use him as a scapegoat, so that's a great point. I would honestly lean the Chargers. Like, call me fucking crazy, but I'm not getting in the way of this team. Baltimore's defense has been really fucking shaky. Roquan's out, exactly. Yeah, I would lean the Chargers all day. Like, I don't care how square it is. I don't care how public it is, if it is, but man, this team is on fucking fire right now.
Yep. I'm with you, dude. They're a freight train, and I think you're jumping on the train tracks trying to fade them.
Like, kind of, dude. It's just the beginning of the year, I think, was too bad.
Harbaugh's got to be coach of the year favorite at this point, right?
No, Dan Quinn, I would assume. It's got to be Dan Quinn, dude. That team had zero expectations.
You think?
Yes.
Dan Quinn's favorite?
If he's not, something's wrong. Like, yes, Harbaugh should be up there, no doubt, but you're getting gifted a franchise quarterback with Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Derwin James. I mean, they were loaded to start, and nobody thought the Commanders would be good.
They don't have it on action.
They're saying Dan Quinn. Nobody thought.
Is he in the number 2 spot? I'm actually just curious to see what that market's at right now.
Probably Kevin O'Connell.
Mm-hmm.
What he's doing with Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Cool. Should we have a ramble rave?
You want to do a lotto quick?
Yeah, I'm down for a lotto, sure.
I was looking at NBA too. I got 2 plays already. Chat, I will be on Koulibaly on the Wizards, 11.5 points versus the Pacers. Cam Thomas versus the Kings. I'm going to be on that, 22.5, and I'm looking for a third. Potentially my king, Evan Mobley. We'll see. But I'll need a third, so that's what I got right now. Is Gannon up there? What's the Cardinals' record?
6-4, I believe. Right? Let me see. I believe it's 6-4.
6-4, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're first in the NFC West. Yeah, he's got to be up there.
Yeah. All right, who do we start this lotto off with?
Well, lotto or touchdown parlay?
Chat, it's up to y'all. Would you rather do a TD parlay or
our touchdowns have been close too?
What would y'all rather do? Get a little song popping to get the blood flowing. Oh,
TD. Yeah, I agree. Football lottos are hard, man.
Come on.
All right. Let's see.
Let it come to us.
Honestly, I don't hate a Nico TD. Yep, I agree. I know we're on him big today, but I think he either scores, go over his yards. I think one of those happens at the minimum.
Down for Nico.
Joe Mixon minus 200.
It's worth
probably hits. I don't hate Pollard either. Somebody said that. I don't hate Pollard, honestly. But I don't want to do one in both games.
Nico.
Yeah, I can't even hate this, man.
What?
Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
I'm probably down with that. We got 0 arguments.
I like Amir Abdullah, honestly, too.
That's fucking disgusting.
I know, dude.
That is nasty.
You know the Raiders are gonna. Someone's scoring for the Raiders.
Yeah, probably like Trey Tucker or some bullshit.
Do we throw our boy Kenneth in there?
Yeah.
Or maybe a Josh Jacobs?
I could do Kenneth. I think I like that. Anthony Richardson, every single offensive player on the Lions. Yeah.
Kenneth Walker, Nico Collins.
Chad, if you guys want Amir Abdullah, we'll be forced to ride. I was just saying it's disgusting. I didn't say it was opposed.
Yeah, I thought plus 160 for Amir Abdullah is fucking bonkers.
I mean, if he's the
That's
starting
just
running
the starting
back,
running
can't really
back.
make
But
it. Yeah.
yes, but yeah, you know.
Honestly, I could get there with McBride, Vinny.
It's Kyron Williams is scoring, dude. Kyron Williams is gonna score. He hasn't scored in what? 3
McBride hasn't
weeks?
scored this year. Is that really? Jesus.
Kyron Williams hasn't scored in 3 weeks, bro. He's got to be on there. And he's prime time too.
I was gonna
so he could be the
say, I
last
feel
leg.
like
It's
You
minus
wanna do
180, bro. Never mind. Jesus Christ. Guy hasn't scored in 3 weeks. He's minus 180. I hate
Jalen
touchdown
Coker got
fucking
rolled out.
markets, dude. These odds are just not true to what they should be.
All right, so how about this? What Packers receiver?
First one comes to mind, honestly, dude.
Jaden Reed.
No, it's Watson. I don't
Fuck
know why.
Watson, bro. That guy's a salesman.
I know he is, but it's the first one that comes to
He's
mind.
the only guy that had a good game last week. That's not like you.
I didn't even look at the box score, and it's just off nutsack.
Well, Sandy did have his touchdown last week and he sold, so we got that going for us. Aaron Jones hasn't scored in 4. All right, we're overthinking Aaron Jones. Get him in there. The Bears' run defense fucking sucks. It's as simple as that.
Oh, dude, I really don't want to add him, dude. I really don't. I
Okay.
don't want to
Why?
because I'm backing the Bears defense today. I don't want to
You're
back
not?
the Vikings touchdown score. Somewhat, yeah.
You have under completions. If anything, that helps you.
I don't know. I feel like, lowest total on the board, we can just avoid that game for touchdowns, dude.
All right. All right. How about Neighbors then?
I'm down for that. I'm down.
He hasn't scored since Vietnam. Or Tommy DeVito.
I was gonna say, or do you want to get really gross?
Honestly, I think Theo Johnson at plus 750 is a fucking joke. Tampa is literally the worst team versus tight ends. I don't care if he hasn't scored or doesn't play enough. That is a joke.
Do we put Kyron in or no?
I don't know. I don't know. All right, we gotta regroup here. So we got Nico.
Bucky Irving? I don't hate that.
What if we just sack up with Bucky? I was gonna say Bucky or Mike Evans. Mike Evans coming back. I mean, the Giants secondary is not good. They have a really good slot corner who's not going to be on Mike Evans. Plus, without Godwin out, I think he might get fed, man.
He's right here, brother.
I just talked myself into Evans touchdown. Chat, anyone like that shit?
I'd rather back Bucky personally, but
McBride has scored. Yeah, I thought he had at least one, dude. Aaron Jones. Yeah, I think I might have to add one with Aaron Jones in it. Cole Kmet, huh? Okay. Rashad White has been playing well. That's why I kind of lean Mike Evans.
okay. I'm down for Mike.
Chad, do you like Mike Evans?
Mike, Kenneth, and Bucky. Mike, Kenneth, Bucky, and Kyron.
Honestly,
set us
Jahmyr
off.
Gibbs I can get behind too. Yeah, that's the other thing. Blake Corum has been getting
Not enough, dude. Not enough.
no, he has been as of late.
All right. I mean, we
I'll
can
have
stick
Mike.
with these three, dude, if you want. Nico, Kenneth, and Bucky. I'm
All
down.
right. I'll look after. I just can't believe he hasn't scored.
You good with these three? Or do you want to make it 4?
I can go Kenneth. Let me get
Yeah.
Kenneth in there.
Kenneth, Nico, oh shit. I have Bucky in there. Mike.
Honestly, I
Call,
don't hate Gibbs.
or do we want to make it 4? I have Evans, Kenneth, and Nico right now. We can add
So that for
Gibbs
me
if
is
we want.
plus 923.
It's plus 740 for me.
That makes sense, LeBron. Rushing touchdown for McBride.
Good with those three?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the lines. I mean, it's a 50 game total, man.
I don't love Evans, but if you like it, I'll go to war with you.
I like Evans, honestly. Because as bad as the Lions or Giants are, like their D line is no joke.
What about Brian Robinson? It's a little
Honestly,
juice, but
I don't hate that at all. Like I know I'm on him, but
let's do it. Let's do it.
It's only minus 140. That ain't bad at all. I thought it was gonna be closer to 200.
Nico, Kenneth, Evans, Brian Robinson. Thoughts?
I like it. This guy's kind of selling me on fucking. I'll take Pollard straight. How about that? You're kind of. I was looking at that earlier too. He just scores against good teams. Yeah, I'm on Neighbors' yards. The touchdown scares me. I'm on his yards though. I agree with you. Yeah.
All right. Do we want to do Pollard? I'll take Pollard. Nico?
Not really.
That seems like they want to. All right, chat. It's up to y'all. Nico
or both.
Or Pollard.
Or both.
Or which one would y'all rather do?
I don't know if it's Mixon, bro. Like this, Mixon's the guy that's inevitable. He really is. All right, chat's mixed. Are we just doing both? A little more Nico, but there's some Pollard. Both are good. Honestly, dude, I like Pollard. Like this, he scores against these good teams, and he gets like 25 carries. Or 25 touches, I guess.
Mama Ray's no bitch, bro. It's at them both.
I like it, honestly.
Plus 3,000. I mean, might as well shoot for the moon, right, boys? Shoot for the stars and land on the moon. That's what they say, right?
Yeah, sure.
So we're throwing both of them in?
Think so.
All right. Nico, Pollard. Kenneth,
something about Evan, Pollard just speaking to me. And I like Nico too much today to where I can't take him out. And it's like Mixon. Did he have 3 touchdowns or 2 versus the Cowboys?
I think 3.
Honestly, Mixon could still score 2.
Pretty sure it's 3.
But that front 7 is no joke.
All right, W. Plus 3K. Cool. Little ramble rave chat. Do we have the energy to do it? Because I will get funky fresh in front of all y'all right now. What do we think?
C-Pup, I do like that over. Yes, the DeVito hype kind of scares me, but their secondary is too bad, like you said.
Ramble rave, yes or no? Ramble rave, yes or no? Test tubes, yes or no? Need a rave?
That dude.
You love fucking bacon, egg, and cheeses.
Oh, yeah.
You love them.
It's a true New Jerseyan.
All right, let's fucking close the fucking windows and get these lights going, shall we, boys? Oh, all right. Let's dial in here. Should we get the cat? The cat needs to be involved.
Kenneth Walker, Hefe. Oh, you got him. Fuck. Who are we? Oh, Brian Robinson. B-Rob.
Right.
Which honestly is the chalk one, so if you want to leave that out, by all means.
Let's get this rave going, shall we? Guys, I need a lot of fucking energy. Let's get this chat moving. I want to see 150 to 200 test tubes. What do you think, bro? Is that a good number? Or...
That's a good number.
What song do we do here?
Oh, well, that lost.
How deep is your love?
All right, it was a fun try, chat, because that shit is not hitting. Wow.
That's all right, dude. I ain't scared of a promo, man.
Dave Portnoy is quite possibly the worst gambler alive. He's up there.
Everyone has their day, dude. Today's it.
All right.
All right, boys. No, this one's too quiet. Let's do... Actually, chat, you guys have a good song? Adam sent me one. Adam, is it fucking super hype? Because we'll play that one. Ooh, finally. Is this one crazy? Swedish.
That makes me feel even worse, dude.
What?
The last time Portnoy did a TD lane hit. That makes me feel worse.
No.
Unless he's just a fucking tight end whisperer, then we might be onto something. But
He could be.
Dude, I'm surprised his shit isn't like McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Mixon, like.
Hold on, boys.
Maybe it's John Gruden feeding him the legs. John Gruden, ball knower.
This raid's going to be insane. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I'm getting this song loaded up from Adam. Don't move. Don't you dare.
Chat, be on the lookout for NBA. I gave you the 2 that I'm on, but I'm going to be labbing up after this.
Look at you, dude. You don't sleep.
Before you start, Adam, are you still in here? Hold. What do we think of Zubac versus Big Drummond?
Hold. Zubac versus Drummond?
Yeah, you got the whole Harden revenge narrative. 210 total, though. Dude, I love this comment. Also, I feel like this Dallas Heat game soars. No Luka. I think Rozier's out. Might just be Evan Mobley. Just overthinking it.
My computer is acting so funky right now, boys.
Oh, me too, Adam. But I went 2-0 I went 2-1 last Sunday. Should have been 3-0, but Jalen Green barely played the second half because of a blowout. So I'm kind of bought back in. But yeah, no, NBA Sunday is not good. I'm kind of bought back in though. I'll tell you my picks though. I'm on Cam Thomas points. Like, he's had 2 shit games, and I like the matchup versus the Kings. To me, he's a Sunday guy. Nobody else is trying, but Cam Thomas fucking chucking. So he's a Sunday guy for me. And the other one is I'm on Coulibaly points versus the Pacers. I mean, that's just 6 layups, 11.5. 6 layups, not too much to ask for. He's going to play close to 40 minutes, so I don't go. I'm not a big star player guy on Sundays, we should say. Dude, that's what I'm thinking, Eric. I took him versus the Raptors. I don't know if it was their opening night or second game, but man, he looked like fucking Wilt Chamberlain out there.
All right, we'll get that song loaded up another time, but let's fucking get this thing cranking.
That too, Adam. Yeah, early season NBA is a little better on Sundays, but dude, it gets bad. It gets really bad. Gets really bad. I'm tempted to fade myself on Sundays just because that's how it goes.
Do you dream alone under the moon?
I would say DeVito and Levis. That would be my 2. Because Levis gets rushing yards.
Chat, had a great day. Appreciate all the support you guys have been showing. Fucking Testic's moving in chat, shall we? Come on. Sunday, but I need that Saturday energy. Come on.
Yup. Here we go, Eric. Here we go, Eric. Deuces.
Come on. Come on. Ramble to the moon, boys. Appreciate you guys. More test tubes. More. Come Come on. Where we at? Where we at, chat? One more drop. One more drop. One more drop. I need the energy. I need the energy. Come on.
I got this feeling. I wanna be where you are.
Come on.
I wanna be where you are. I wanna be where you are.
Where you are.
I got this
This feeling. I wanna be where you are. I wanna be where you are. I wanna be where you are. Come on, this is the one. This is the one. This is the one. It all comes down in this moment. When the drop hits, I need everyone to spam a Destiny. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Wait.
I got this feeling. I wanna be where you are. I wanna be where you are.
Have a great Sunday, guys. I hope you enjoy these as much as we do. We love you. And we will see you soon. Love y'all. Have a great one, all right? Love y'all.